Imagine activating the same genes that keep your joints operating smoothly, your skin supple, and your body pain-free like when you were 20. You can have this right now with a revolutionary new approach to natural supplements that reprograms your cells, epigenetics, to a more youthful state. In this episode, Bob Gilpatrick shares how a visionary scientist discovered how to wake up dormant genes responsible for collagen, cartilage, and regeneration using specific plant molecules. You'll hear about how people once headed for knee replacements are now rebuilding cartilage, reversing pain, and regaining flexibility in just weeks, all naturally. If you've ever wanted to understand how science and nature come together to reverse time, you'll love this conversation. Stay tuned to hear more. Welcome to Break Free from the Burnout. I'm your host, Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, physicist turned energy healer. I'm here to help you make the quantum shifts to release the hidden blocks to your success using a holistic approach. Your next breakthrough starts now. Welcome, Bob. I'm so happy you're here. Could you tell us a little bit about this business that you have going?
Yes, I'd be more than happy to. Thank you for having me, Anastasia. It's a great pleasure.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here, and I can't wait to have you tell us all about what you've got to offer.
Yeah, I'm the founder and president of the Boomers Forever Young Nutrition Company. And we've been in business 14 years. Now we're in St. Petersburg, Florida. And we specialize in new inventions and high end types of nutrition products that are designed to help people in such a way that they don't need to take pharmaceutical medications. And when we first started the company, I actually had come to this building to help a gentleman by the name of Larry Daudelin with a real estate project. And I came to help him with a computer project for his beachfront properties. And he was, as the Brits would call, crumbly. So his physical health was crumbly. And he was on 11 medications. He was very overweight. He wasn't nearly as strong as he needed to be. And as I was helping him with his real estate, I asked him if he wanted me to also help him with his health. And I explained to him that I'd been a holistic health therapist for many years, and it would be something I would be happy to help him to, you know, drop some weight and also to get off his medications and cancel his surgeries. And of course, he was skeptical, but we got started and I got him the right nutrition products and I taught him some stress management techniques. And right away, he started to get better. So he was actually he was 65 years old at the time, but his physical health was that of someone who was about 85 or kind of right at the median maximum lifespan. And he started getting better. He dropped a bunch of weight, got off a few of his medications and a few more. And eventually he got down to his ideal body weight. He doubled his strength working out at the gym. And we got him off all 11 of his medications. And he canceled both of the surgeries that he was scheduled for. And so it was at that point, two things happened. He suggested, he said, Bob, I know you help one person at a time with this type of thing, which I was doing since I had moved to Florida from New York, just kind of helping people as they needed it. He said, why don't we maybe start a company where we could help a lot more people? And so we did that. And around the same time, he went and got his blood work done for a life insurance policy. And the nurse came and took all his measurements and his BMI and checked his C-reactive protein and all like that. And his life insurance agent came to see us and they said, hey, you got the policy. He said, but they had an issue with it because they saw the date of birth said 1945, and they said that your profile looked like a person that was about 33 years old. And could we correct the date of birth on the application? And
That's
so,
so adorable.
yeah. So Stuart, our agent, said, he called him. He said, "No, that's Larry Daudelin. He's the co-founder of the Boomers Forever Young company, and that really is his blood, and that's him." And so he got superior preferred life insurance at the age of 66 at that point. And so we did start the company. We always say to people, you can take the best nutrition products in the world, but if you're under stress, you're probably still going to be sick. And
Yeah.
so we spend a lot of time educating people with techniques like the emotional freedom technique and havening. We teach nonviolent communication, which is very important for managing stress. And we teach the inner balance technique from the HeartMath Institute.
Mhm.
And also a bioenergetic technique that we call the ultimate mind calming exercise. And we do whatever we can to help people have the skill and the knowledge to be able to stay in a state of parasympathetic much more often than they normally were.
Yeah, even just sitting down and taking a deep breath, just
Yeah.
and straightening up the spine to get into a relaxed state, it lowers your cortisol very quickly. Yeah. So let's talk about what you've got to offer in terms of your products. Let's talk about the newest one coming out.
We have two products actually, Anastasia. One that's coming out in about a month that was created with a special patented process. And we have one that's already been out for about a year that was made with that same process.
Mhm.
There's a scientist in California, his name's Eric Kurtz. His company is called Solda Labs. And he's the scientist that is the farthest along in creating products that are considered epigenetic reprogrammers. Eric is the type of scientist that can do discovery based research and take that research, and then in his laboratory, he can actually create something that will accomplish what is being shown in the research is needed, and then actually bring it to the marketplace. And so he utilizes our company as his business associate that helps with many things, including the distribution and marketing of the products.
Mhm.
The product that's coming out sometime in October is going to be called Colagene, Colagene. It's going to be in a dropper bottle, and you'll put 2 droppers of this liquid either in a glass of water or to drink it, or you can put it straight into your mouth. And it's going to activate genes that are dormant that used to be expressed very readily when you were, say, 20 years old. But as you've aged, they become dormant. And so you stop making the same amount of certain bioactive compounds, such as type 2 collagen, aggregate, and hyaluronic acid, which are needed together in the right ratios in order to make cartilage. And so as people age, their knees will start to get sore and their hips. They may even end up getting what they call bone on bone, and they might need knee replacement surgery, that type of thing. And the reason that this happens is your DNA is coated with a protein sheath like a wrapper, and it gets pinged by different bioactive compounds, some cases vitamin D, other ions, polyphenols. And when it hits that sheath, the sheath will splay open temporarily, and your RNA can then make a copy of it and come out into the cell and make whatever was coded in that part of the DNA. And nowadays, with people like Eric, they can identify specific molecules that are in specific plants. And they have computer systems that have the human genome coded into it, and they can introduce a molecular structure into that database, and it will tell them which gene will be activated by that molecule. And so, with many years of trial and error, they can figure out what they need to express certain genes that have gone dormant that are needed in a sequence in order to do things like produce new cartilage. And so that's what was accomplished with the creation of Colagene. There are plant extracts that have been purified and have gone through a special process called IOS, which makes them highly, highly soluble and absorbable. And so the compound is able to survive the stomach digestive system, be absorbed by the villi in the small intestine into the bloodstream, make it through the capillaries into the cell and into the nucleus, and actually be able to ping the nucleus in exactly the right spot so that you now have genetic expression like a 20-year-old. And it works really, really well. And it's natural. It's not what you would technically call all natural, because in order to get those molecules out of the plant, you have to separate it using enzymes. And as soon as you use an enzyme, say, for example, to get vitamin C out of an orange or a rosehip and to make a vitamin C pill, that's not considered all natural, even though it came from a natural place. If you used an enzyme to get it out, you can't say it's all natural. In most cases, there's really hardly anything we consume that's all natural. But this product, Colagene, what we've seen in the beta tests, because people have been using it, including me, and we've had people similar to Larry who were very hobbled, right? Very crumbly. And their knees were in such bad shape that they already had knee replacement surgery scheduled. And after just a few days of taking this collagen product, the pain went away. And now they're in the next phase where they're actually rebuilding their cartilage so they won't have
That
to have
was my
knee
next question.
replacements.
So even
Yep.
if you've been to bone on bone, you're able to build new collagen from this.
Yes. Yes,
That's
you are.
awesome because
And the
so
pain goes away right away, even before you've rebuilt collagen, because there's a metabolic pathway that's also stimulated that's a pain control pathway. Pharmaceutical industry discovered this pathway a few years ago and actually got a drug approved to block this pathway of ions in your spinal cord that are eventually registering in your brain. And they figured out a way to block it. And it's very powerful pain reliever. And Eric figured out a way to do it with a natural compound.
that's
And
awesome
yeah,
because they've taken x-rays of people's backs, ones that didn't have back pain and ones that do, and they have the same exact problems. It's just some
yeah,
people register pain
yeah,
with that particular
yeah,
configuration. So a
yeah,
lot of times the pain, all those surgeries those people went through probably weren't necessary, especially if
yes,
they had a
yeah,
product like that this collagen that's coming out.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is the second in the line of what we call epigenetic reprogramming.
Yeah, there's no side effects because it's all really healthy plant extracts.
Yeah,
So you ran a beta test of the collagen, right?
yeah. Mhm.
So has anybody noted that their eyesight got better?
No, I haven't heard that
Okay, so the reason I'm asking is because if we're able to produce that type 2 collagen again, and one of the problems with aging is that things get more brittle, right? And so bones get more brittle because they're mostly collagen. They're not mostly mineral, the apatite mineral, the calcium phosphate mineral. They're mostly collagen with the calcium phosphate intertwined, and they get brittle because the collagen gets brittle. And you lose your close up vision because the muscle around your eye isn't able to squeeze down the collagen lens anymore to accommodate the vision. So our cornea is geared to see far, and that lens in there gets thicker so you can see up closer. And so I'm wondering if anybody has noted that.
Well, let me see. Maybe I have. I'm looking at a document here that's in about a 10-point font. and holding it, just a foot away, I can, it's clear as a bell. I can read it easily. And now that you mention it, that used to be a little bit blurry. I find myself hardly ever needing a pair of reading glasses to see something unless it's like a 1 point font and it's kind of dim lighting. So I
Yeah.
think you might be right about that.
Yeah.
I should probably get an eye test to see if my eyes have gotten better.
Yeah, that would be great. My eyes haven't changed much. Started needing reading glasses at about age 50. My mom was the
Yep.
same way, but they haven't changed much. I've been at a diopter 2 this whole time, and I'm noticing that it's getting a little worse, but maybe with this Colagene, which I
Yep.
definitely want to want to order and
Yeah.
try to see if that improves, because I find it a giant pain to always have to put on glasses.
Yeah. Me too. Now that you've mentioned it, I I think I lost my glasses because I don't have them on my desk. And I needed them earlier today because we were looking at a label on behalf of one of our formulators. They had it in a 1 point font.
Yep.
So I needed a like a 5 times magnifier to see it.
Yeah,
And
I have several glasses for me to be
yeah,
able to stack them together so I can see up really close.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
additive, so just for people to
good.
know, a convex lens is additive.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll look forward to your report after taking Colagene for a couple months.
Yeah, because a lot of people complain about the eyesight issue, and
Yeah,
I used to be able to see from 1 inch or 2 inches to infinity clearly,
yeah,
and I noticed that my arms got shorter and shorter
yeah,
at age 50.
yeah,
And so I started getting reading glasses, just the dime store variety. I've had my eyes checked with no problem, but that'll be interesting to see because everything gets brittle, even your skin. Your skin gets brittle. People notice that when they pick their
yeah,
skin up, the spring back response, that
yeah,
should also improve with this type 2
yeah,
collagen production.
yeah. Yeah, mine is springing back all the way without any lag.
Collagen production, I'm sure, is going to be important for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, collagen is, the protein that's the most prevalent in the human body. Of the 100,000 proteins you make more collagen than anything. And it's a critical compound for many, many different things that your body is
Yeah,
doing.
your skin, your muscles, your bones, and your
Yeah.
joints, everything. It's
Your hair,
everywhere. Your
your
hair,
hair and your
your
nails.
nails. Yeah.
Yeah, your fascia, it's your connective tissue as well.
Yes, everything. It's in every single part of your body,
Yeah.
all of your organs, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is very fortunate for all of us that Eric was able to figure this out.
That's
And
pretty amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, and for people to find you, I will have a link in the show notes to be able to go on, and the first time you order, you'll get a discount.
yeah, yeah. And what's really good about it is the products are designed to be used not just for a month and then stop. You want to take them for longer periods of time. And like for me, every day for 14 years, right? Because you don't want to all of a sudden start your inflammation going up higher if you stop. And so we give people a 10% discount to put it onto the program where it buys
Subscription.
every month. And if you take that 10% plus the 10% using their promo code ANA, ANA, they can get an extra 10% for that first month.
Yeah.
And it just helps you to get started without having to spend a lot of money. And these products are not super expensive, even though they're unique, they're one of a kind, and you can only get them one place in the world. They're not expensive. They're actually less expensive than some of the common things that you see advertised on TV.
And I have to say, these really work. I have noticed a huge difference. And
Yeah.
everybody that I've recommended to take it, they've also noticed a huge difference.
Yeah, that's the main thing. We tend not to get any products where people can't notice a definitive change in their health. It's not worth it to do.
Oh, that's excellent. So, Bob,
Yeah.
thank you so much. This has been highly informative. and also excellent information for anybody who's seeking to create superb health naturally and to last a long time, not just in age, but also in health and vitality and staying, what did you call that? Your health
span.
Your health span,
Yeah.
exactly. Increase your
Yeah.
health span. Because a lot of people don't want to live past 80, but when you're 72 going on 73, that's just around the corner. And I'm going, yeah, I got a lot of life I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a big advantage to being healthy when you're older.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Anastasia. It was my pleasure.
Uplevel your mindset, health, and energy even more with scientific energy healing. Book a breakthrough session with me to see what programs are right for you. Go to scientifichealer.com/quantum. Enjoy today's broadcast, give it a thumbs up or 5-star rating, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening to Break Free from the Burnout. The discount link we spoke about is available in the show notes at breakfreefromtheburnout.com. Until next time, I'm Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, sending you golden healing light and success vibes to become aligned, confident, and prosperous. Your gifts are so needed in this world.